We're back here at Valera Hall with a very special guest, and Ricciardi is our special guest at halftime. And I'm going to ask you about tennis, although you're a big basketball fan. I guess you're enjoying what you're seeing from the women's team this year.
Yeah, I am. They're doing phenomenal. I love basketball. Besides tennis, I'd have to say it's my favorite sport. Yeah. I just really love seeing them go back and forth, like the adrenaline, and it really gets me going, so I like watching it. All
right, well, we'll ask you a little bit more about the women's team in a moment, but I want to ask you about your career. You came out of Staten Island, New York. Tell us a little bit about where you grew up, how you found your love for tennis, and a little bit about how you got to DeSales University from Staten Island.
Okay, so Staten Island is the best place besides Center Valley. So I got into tennis. My father actually is an amazing tennis player, so he started off playing, and he encouraged me to play. So my coach from home, he was my father's opponent. So they played, and they were rivals, and then he coached me. And then in Staten Island, I go to the tennis bubble there, and then I pursued tennis in high school, at my high school, and then I received an email and a letter from Coach Dave here. And I ended up in Center Valley. I mean, it's definitely a transition from Staten Island to the cornfields, but I love it. I really do, and I wouldn't change it.
I was going to say, tennis is so big. There's so many great venues in and around the New York area. So your family helped kind of cultivate that love of tennis as well? Yeah,
they did. Like, tennis in my family is huge. My aunt plays. My cousins and I all play. So it's a thing we all really enjoy.
Yeah. So you just changed your major to psychology. Tell us a little bit about that program and why you changed.
The psychology major I'm in right now, I'm a psychology major with a bio minor. So further on, I'd like to go into an accelerated nursing program. So that's just going to get my first degree, and then later on I'll go into an accelerated nursing program either here or another school, wherever I decide.
Yeah. Now, initially, you got a little bit of experience at the college level as a freshman, and then you got a lot more experience and a lot of success than the last couple of years. Was that helpful to get a little bit of experience and kind of get caught up with the speed of NCAA tennis and tell you kind of what to prepare getting ready for your sophomore year?
It was definitely helpful, more as it gave me a drive. So starting off my freshman year, I was very nervous about playing college tennis. And my sophomore year, I didn't really get the chance to play as much as I would have liked to. So coming into my junior year, I knew that I have the talent and the ability. So it was kind of like a mind thing, like push through it. You're like playing college tennis for a reason. So, you have the skill. So keep going. And yeah, it's working out so far.
Now talk a little bit about your fall, because you had a lot of great accomplishments this past year, both you as an individual and as a team.
Yeah, so my team has been doing really well so far. The practices for the spring has been extremely, extremely good. We have been really focusing on aggression. So women's tennis, you see not as much aggression. So we're really trying to put aggression in our practice so we can then put it towards our matches. And my fall season was really great at the MAC individual tournament. That was awesome experience to actually play and do well. So it was an awesome experience, and I think all of us could learn from how well we did for this spring season.
Yeah, now tennis is a little unique from other sports because it's a split season. You play in the fall, and then you have a little bit of an off time in terms of competition, and then you get ramped up for the spring again. So talk a little bit about how you get through that. You obviously want to stay in shape and keep your focus, but you also want to get a little bit of a breather too.
Yeah, so we have off training with lifting and stuff, so that keeps us in shape. We do a bunch of cardio as a team in the cardio room. We'll do watch a video and work together. So on off season and things like that, we work on that. But even today, we have practice in the rec courts, but we're going to really focus on strokes and drills and things like that, footwork, because it's kind of hard to play tennis in those areas, but we try to do what we can.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about the timetable over the next month, because I believe your first competition is March 9th. I think that's your first match coming up. So
yes.
What's the schedule like for the next month?
The next month we'll have practice every day except Wednesday. So we'll have practice every day, and then we'll go to spring break, and that'll be our kind of a warm-up for the spring season, because we'll start our actual matches there, and then our first match will be March 23rd here at DeSales campus. So
And you go to May, so you kind of have a long sports season. You start early in the fall, and you go all the way to May. So do you enjoy that as opposed to other athletes that have maybe 3 months and then they can take some time off from sports?
I do enjoy it. It's kind of confusing because you're in like the mindset of tennis in the fall, and then you take like a little break, but then you come back and you have to get right back into it for the spring. But overall, it's like a great learning experience, and we increase in skill every time we play matches. So it's awesome.
That's great. Now, before we let you go, do you have any advice for Fred Richter here in the second half, or any changes he should make here? Because you've been watching intently and enjoying what you've seen so far.
Keep being Fred Richter. He is a awesome man. It's an amazing team. The program's great. And, I wouldn't change anything. I think they're going to do really well. They're doing good.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on a great fall, and best of luck on your spring season starting here in a couple weeks.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll take a break and be back with more special interviews here at Valera Hall in just a moment.